This is Where in the World's Reverend Rod, and we're out here at the back of the church. We have Mike Coyer right here, and we're going to ask him just a little bit what he's doing, and then we have some people coming to the church. Let's just watch what they do. This lady's shooting them at the head. It seems to be working out all right. And there's Miss Bonnie. Thank you for coming, Miss Bonnie. And then we have a little greeting going on here, and now we're going to do some. So whatever is going on here has a little to do with wellness and a little to do with greeting everybody else. Hey, all right. And here we have some people coming up here. We're going to ask this lady what's going on in just a minute. But we have people coming up. Here's Jerry Chandler and his wife, and everybody's submitting pretty easy to whatever's going on here. And kids, I know you don't normally see this, but we're going to be able to find out just exactly what all is going on. Happy people coming to the church today. This is Jenny Jones. Jenny, tell me a little bit about what you're doing today.
Good morning. I am taking temperatures as people come into church to make sure we're safe.
All right, so not only do people have to come to church, and that's a joy sometimes, but this is not something we normally do. Now, let me find out a little bit about why are we doing this now?
We're doing this because we want to make sure that no one is sick when they come into church. And our sanctuary is divided out so we can social distance, but we want to still make sure everyone's well when they come in.
Okay, so people come into church, and we're still in the pandemic, so we have to be careful with not only ourselves but each other. All right, so you're just out here now. You got a mask on. Is that something we all have to wear?
I'm pretending I'm the Lone Ranger, except I got a little load.
So you're the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
I'm doing this today because a lot of our kids are not here yet.
Right.
And I want them to understand a little bit about what they do and what they have to do when they come here. So when they come here, they pull in the parking lot, they see somebody with a mask on, and what you do, don't be alarmed about that. Don't be scared, because
we're here for their protection.
Oh, for their protection. I see about that. Well, thank you so much for what you do, Mike, and I'll be back. All right, we're going to go back up here to find out a little bit about this. And here's the station that Jenny is working at today. It's got gloves, it's got hand sanitizers, it's got some masks and things like that in case people forget theirs. And then a little something today because Pastor John, this is his last Sunday. Now let's watch how she does that. Oh, yes, ma'am. This is Mary Williams, and she's come to submit to whatever instructions she gets here. All right.
97.3, you're good. 97.3.
All right. 97.3.
Are you always cool?
Now, that's not her age. That's her temperature. And so now 97 is good. What is not so good if somebody comes up with a temperature?
We're looking for like 101.
101. So anything over about 100 or so you're really looking at.
Yes.
And what does that mean if it's over that?
That they might have the virus. And
Okay.
So we don't want to take any chances.
Okay, they might have the virus, and so maybe they would need to go to their medical professional and get get checked out. And now you do this almost every Sunday morning that you come out and do this. And people come in. I see that it's kind of a lull right now with people coming in, but people come in and they get checked out. And I notice that you not only take their temperature, but you ask them about different things. You're kind of a greeter out here, aren't you?
I am.
Okay. That's one thing you do. Now, what do you do during the week, Jenny?
I am retired. So I love to volunteer different places and serve that way now.
Okay. Now, what did you do when you were working outside the home?
I was a nurse for a long time, 30 years.
A nurse for 30 years. Now, and did you work at Rowan Hospital here?
I worked at Rowan.
Okay.
And then I went to the VA.
Uh-huh.
And then I worked for a year at Trinity Oaks.
My goodness, you've nursed her a lot. Now, where did you get your training to be a nurse?
I went to Radford University in Virginia.
Okay, all right. And you had, how many years did you have to go to college?
I have a 4-year degree.
4-year degree. And then you were able to pass the state boards?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know that's very important. And now you use all that experience and all that education to serve the church. Now you do other things in addition to the wellness station here. Mission trips. You've been on some mission trips.
Several mission trips.
Okay.
As a nurse and as a construction worker, all different capacities.
A nurse and a construction worker. Now, how many years did you have to go to school for that?
Oh, a long time.
Did you? All right. I see. So you are a person who has a lot of skills and a lot of talents. And you really do put them to work here at the church. So many times we, on this Where in the World is Reverend Rod, we go out somewhere and we don't see what mission work people do right here in our church. So we appreciate what you do.
Glad to help.
Oh, and we appreciate what that guy does. He looks like he's not busy right now, but his eyes are open. I think from here, I think his eyes are open. And he's watching around, and I see some more people coming. In fact, you're going to get to know this guy coming in right here. We are waiting for him because you may not know him. His name is Darren Lambert, and Darren is our new pastor here at First Baptist Church. He's getting his religious face on, his sermon face on. Otherwise, he's just a really nice guy, and he's got a mask on here too. So now he doesn't normally wear this mask, but he's like everybody else with this pandemic. Kids, I didn't know if you knew him. You may not have been able to meet him yet, but oh, now notice, now he should get a pass because he's the new pastor. But oh,
97 too.
so when people say he's a hot pastor, that doesn't mean he's his temperature. All right.
Only a rumor.
All right. Darren, this is for the little children that you probably haven't met yet. What would you like to say to the little kids?
I would just like to tell them I am excited to be here, and so is my family. My little girls will be here in just a little bit, and they're looking forward when we can be together and you guys can play and we can get to know you.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, we know you have a busy day today, and thank you for coming, and they'll see you more often, I'm sure.
Right.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. He's a nice guy. He's a West Caldwell guy, we found out. But we're not going to hold that against him. Well, Jenny, thank you so much. And Mike, thank you so much for what you do. And we're going to go upstairs in just a little bit and film some other people. Thanks so much for your service. It is.
To actually have to go through them. Is he bothering me? I don't know. He's got his
Look here.
pointed out.
I am recording this, by the way. That's Wade Furchess. He's one of our guards here. And if you're, he's one of our greeters and ushers. But this is one thing that you kids don't normally see, people with masks on when you come to church. And I want you to see a little bit about what this is all about. There's Wade right there, and he is not really guarding anybody. He's just a greeter to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. But I'm going to turn right over here to Linda Farley. Now, Linda, tell us a little bit about what you're doing out here.
This is a wellness station
Uh-huh.
at the church, and before someone enters the church, they need to get their temperature checked.
Okay, they need to get.
This
Oh,
is the apparatus that we use, and it's just a simple thing of hitting the button here, and it will read the temperature.
okay. Can you do it on me so we can? Does it hurt?
Does it hurt? No. It doesn't. I am actually at least 1.5 feet away from Rod, and his temperature is 97.5.
97.5. That didn't hurt a bit. Now, it's important. What temperature do you look for?
Well, the church is asking for 100.6.
Right,
Anything above that, then we need to ask them to go and see their doctor the next day.
I see.
And you know, because at that point they're running a fever for some reason. It may not be due to the COVID virus, but it could be due to something else. And it's hot out here too, so.
It is, isn't it? I was going to ask you about the heat. Now, I see that you have masks down here.
Right.
Is everybody supposed to wear a mask?
Everyone, the church has actually requested that everyone wear a mask for the protection. What you're doing here is protecting everyone around in the church, And then with them wearing a mask, they're protecting you.
Okay, I
So you're
see.
getting it back both ways.
Uh-huh.
You protect them and they protect you.
And in addition to the mask there, I see
Hand sanitizer.
hand sanitizers. Now tell me a little bit about that.
The hand sanitizer is just basically a barrier to keep your hands clean and sanitized in case you touch something. But the church is also coming behind everybody and cleaning it between services. They're trying to touch everything that everybody would touch. Even the bathrooms are cleaned after someone uses the bathroom.
I see the rails behind you and the pews.
They're really attentive to keeping everything sanitized.
I see. Now, let me interrupt you just for a minute. I hear some noise behind us, and we've got some people who are coming in. Let's see. Now, one of them has been here before, but we're going to test him again. But we also see some other people. Now, let me see how you do this.
Now, take your temperature. Yes, sir.
He's fainting away. Our chairman of deacons. Thank you so much. You've gotten warmer in the last couple of hours. All right. Now, Linda, I noticed that you have in your hand you called it a thermometer.
Right.
Now, I have something on my wall that's called a thermostat. What is the difference between a thermometer and a thermostat?
This is infrared, and so that means that we can stand further away from them, and that nothing has to touch anything, and it's gonna pick up radiant heat around their body.
Okay. All right. So I know normally when we take temperatures, we put something in our mouth or under our arms and things like that, but you don't actually have to touch anybody with that.
We actually do not have to touch anyone with this. There actually is, we teach in school that the difference in this thermometer, where it's just pointed at you. Now take your temperature.
Okay. Oh, here's Miss Joyce Curl. Now, we've met Joyce on another Where's in the World. Did she pass?
Oh, yes, she
Okay. Good. Okay, so she passed. You must have studied hard, Miss Joyce. Thank you. Miss Joyce has a medical background, too. Now, tell me a little bit about the education that you've gotten to be able to do things like this.
Oh. Well, I actually have my PhD in nursing, administration and education, but I have my master's in nursing and on down the line with it. But actually what we teach at school with temperatures is if we do it under the tongue, it's going to be higher than what it would be with this.
Oh, okay.
Or if we do it below, it would be higher. But with this, it gives us a good guess whether they're actually running a temperature or not, and whether it's safe for them to be around other people, or if they do need to go see their doctor.
Oh, so we can provide a service here if they need to go somewhere else and get checked out. Here's another gentleman here. This is Jerry Harville, one of our deacons. Oh, I'm sorry, gentleman was a bit of a stretch, wasn't it, Jerry? All right, let's see. 97.7. Okay, so he passed too. People must be studying for these exams, don't they? Thank you, Jerry. And then here's some other people here. Oh, I feel like I need to salute this morning. This is July the 4th. Actually, July the 5th. Good. All right, let's see.
Oh gosh, may I take your picture? Yes, ma'am. One. 97.9. You both passed.
Mr. Livegood, let me see that mask there. I like that. All right. The kids will enjoy this too. So you've gotten a lot of education, and you've told us already that the temperature below the tongue is higher than, okay, excellent.
And even putting a thermometer under the armpit would be higher than what this is, because it would be enclosed.
All right.
But this one here is pretty accurate because it's infrared. We've been doing this now for 5 weeks, I believe.
Yes.
And we haven't had anyone that is above the... So that's what the church wants, of 100.6.
Okay,
So
that is good. And then the hand sanitizers, the mask. and I noticed that there is marks on the floor in there.
They're
about 6 feet,
apart.
right? Tell me about that.
And they have decided, the CDC and powers that be have decided that that is the distance that we need to be to keep from when we sneeze or cough, the particles fly outward, and they have decided that 6 foot is the limit to where our particles would go to.
Okay.
Where they come in contact with you. So
All right.
that's the purpose of the 6 foot section.
Now here's a man that I want you to check him at least once, maybe 2 or 3 times.
It's been checked 2 or 3 times before.
Oh, really? It's Mr. Whitley and Miss Whitley? Oh, okay.
No, he was over one morning and he stepped in the shade and then he was under.
Oh, I see. I see. So it depends on where you get this temperature done. Well,
if they've been in a hot car and traveled here, one guy came in a convertible, so we just asked him to move over, and we've even asked for the other. We did have 2 people here checking too. And we've asked for the other one just to make sure that these are accurate.
Okay. You're meeting a lot of people here. Ah, this guy right here. Now, he doesn't have a mask on. So what does he need? Oh, offer him a mask.
What are you doing?
Okay. I am recording this for children to watch. So, yeah, so you're all right. You're looking good. All you need is a mask, and then you'll be okay.
And the blue side goes outward. And the purpose of that is that you know if you put it back on, if you take it off and reapply it, then you know not to put the blue side in on your face because it's been exposed to the air. 97.2. You're in perfect shape.
Well, this is quite an education. You know, it's interesting. Normally we come to the church and we just walk right in. I'm impressed that nobody complains. Everybody says, it sounds like we're watching out for each other as well as ourselves.
The first week it was a little, people didn't understand.
Right.
So we just had, 1 or 2 people that, we had to explain more to. But once they understood, then there's no problem.
Okay. Now, if there is a problem, I noticed these guys right here are our official guys. There's Tony Peeler right there with the mask on. And if you have any difficulty, you just call Tony, right? And then if he can't handle them, there's another guy out there in the middle of the road. You can call him. It's the Bible says in Psalms 122:1, let us come to the house of the Lord. And as if this is something we really need to look forward to. It's an important thing to come to the house of the Lord, to be able to worship, to be able to gather as a family. Speaking of family, I see that we've got some more people coming over here. This is Gary and Carol right here. And let's just see if Gary passes. He studied very hard for this temperature thing.
977.
All right, so we'll let him in. And Carol, we'll let her in.
Hey, how are you?
And let's see Sarah. Now, Sarah's husband, Ron, normally does something like this. Oh, he is coming. Okay, well, we can shut the doors real fast before he comes in then. Oh, and thank you, by the way, Sarah, for helping out with this sometimes, too. We appreciate what you do. This is for the children who don't normally see what we do. So, yes, Now, see Gary right there?
Here comes Ron.
He's got a very nice mask on today. Yeah. All right. Oh, and here's Ron. Now, got to get isn't he dapper today? And look at that mask. Very nice, Ron. Very nice. And thank you for your service here, too. We appreciate this. We appreciate this. Well, I know that there are about 12 people who come out here and do this. Many of them are nursing professional. We've got 2 people, Steve Jones and my wife Robin, who's doing it. And you all train them. I think they had to take two or three weeks of training to be able to do this. Very easy to do this. Oh, now look at this. We got a bunch of people here. I am filming this for our children who don't get to see you all. So, yeah. Okay, there's Mike right there. Okay. Mary Ann Cody, y'all know Mary Ann. Her husband was one of the ones that suggested all this. And look, there's her sister. Thank you so much. And a nice shirt on. A good shirt on. Look at this. People look so happy coming in. I'm looking forward to the time that we can all be here and celebrate together. And Steve's got a great mask. We appreciate that. Appreciate that. Well, thank you all so much. Miss Linda, thank you.
You're welcome, Ron. Main thing is to get people here to church. And this is a safe way to get everyone together, 97.7.
So it's safe, it's spiritual, and it's something we should do, but we're taking all the extent of the things that we need to do, the 4 W's, washing with hand sanitizers, wellness stations, wearing the mask, and walking 6 feet.
Right.
So those 4 things are very important. Well, thank you for what you're doing, and we appreciate you representing a lot of other people who give their time and talent to the Lord. We appreciate it. Thank you, Linda.